And so we are moving into game 1. We're gonna see an India mirror on Florida, which is quite interesting. I hope I have all the alerts on so I don't miss any donation. Should be fine. Thank you, Jesus. I love you too. It sounds weird, but I'm talking about Jesus in the chat, obviously. So what do we have? We've got I can't really recognize with India, but 400 wood seems quite standard to me. Maybe it's a food start actually. Both players having a market, so I'm just gonna quickly check the map to be sure that both players have decent hunts and gold mines. So we've got a starting hunt and a second one, and a third over here. And for Samwise, we've got starting and second, third on the coast like Optimus, and then that is fourth, I believe, and that should be Optimus fourth. Regarding gold mines, both have one gold mines in the back of their base. We've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, should be good to go in my opinion. So let's put the fog of war on to see what they decide to do. Optimus is gonna go for a trading post and finding himself a sheep on the way. I'm gonna scout the back of his base with a sheep, which is obviously quite a nice trick you can do. Samwise scanning in the middle of the map. I'm gonna probably spot this sheep too. So what is Optimus doing? He's gonna go for a 2 dogs treasure, which is obviously quite good in India mirror because your hero are forced to fight in melee. So yeah, quite a nice advantage. It's gonna take him quite quickly, so Samwise won't be able to deny it unless Optimus doesn't pick it. But yeah, he's gonna go for it. What we've got over here: 100 food, 100 XP too, 105 coins, so quite nice treasures. Let's have a look to see if players just researched any text completed, nothing, in queue, nothing. So nothing yet just yet. What do we have here? 60 food. Sometimes there's a 75 wood somewhere. Doesn't seem that it's spawned at this time, so we'll forget about that. Optimus is gonna try to scout the left side. Gonna go with the wood trickle first. So I'm gonna have a look on player's deck. We have quite a standard deck for Optimus Prime, and for Samwise we've got a water deck actually with a few warships and Indian schooners. So we'll see. What's that over here? 100 XP, which is all quite nice. But yeah, typical age 1 so far. Optimus probably found himself an XP treasure. Let's have a look. No, he didn't. Maybe he got additional XP from killing Guardians. Maybe the alligators. Optimus is gonna try to get that as soon as possible. Oh, I think it's gonna get stolen by Samwise. Yeah, Samwise is gonna steal it, although he's being chased by these 2 war dogs, and now he's gonna he has to get away. But stealing himself an 100 XP treasure, quite nice in the mirror to be ahead in shipments. 243 which recall for coming in for Samwise, just a bit late compared to Optimus, but not the biggest deal overall. What do we have here? 60 food. So what is Samwise doing? Going for forward Agra actually. I mean, yeah, quite in the middle of the map. And Optimus Prime is not aging just yet, going maybe a bit more greedy. It's going good faith agreement. Okay. So probably gonna go for something like either French Consulate or Ottoman Consulate. He's gonna go for 3 forward villager actually, and gonna place Nagra in base kinda, not in range of TC fire, which is a bit unfortunate, but still a defensive position. he didn't decide to place his market here. Obviously, both players spawned with a market on this map. Let's have a quick look. See if everything's okay. It seems like it. Both players going to hurt a bit. Yeah, someone should work on this second hunt as soon as possible. There's still 100 food over here to take. So actually, someone clicked in way before Optimus, but since Optimus is going for 3 views on his aggro fort, then he's going to be up approximately the same time as Samwise. So not a huge difference so far. We've got the TP start from Optimus, so he decided to go for 2 shipments in each one. But yeah, we'll see what Samwise decides to do. Good faith agreement means that we're probably going to see a Consulate anytime soon for Optimus Prime. It's going for a wall actually on this side. Why not? Oh, and someone is going to shoot on this veil and it's going to make huge damage to this wall, and yeah, completely going to deny it. Can he kill the veil actually? Oh, that was quite close. He could maybe perhaps try to finish it with these monks, but he's going to decide to destroy the wall, which is a nice pick. Advanced Consulate coming in for Optimus. No, won't be able to finish this build with the monks. He's gonna perhaps lose one actually. Maybe to Sepoys fire or dogs. No, not quite sure. Going with 2 forward Sepoys, but they won't accomplish that much. And Samwise is gonna follow this by shipping 600 wood first. Meanwhile, Gurkha being made. What does Optimus have in queue? He's got Gurkhas himself, but regarding his bank, he will get a batch of 2 or 3 perhaps. If he gets his treasure, maybe a 4th one. We need to get time really soon. Let's see, 4 Gurkha, yeah, skipping the 5th, but still a decent batch. Meanwhile, Samwise is going to work on this 135 coin treasure, obviously quite a nice pick. Let's see if they have any text completed, yeah. So Optimus is going for the French Consulate. Probably going to go for crates then. Obviously crates being quite cheap when you have good faith agreements. I believe it's like 120 or 150 exports per crate, something like this. And yeah, Agrafort not being in line of sight of, range of this training post, and so someone is probably going to decide to siege it. And we have French Consulate, so no Ottoman Minutemen or Gardeners will come anytime soon. Let's have a look on ship and sent. Optimus went for 300 export obviously to get his Consulates, and which recall to follow, and 300 export himself for Samwise, and let's see which civilization he decides to agree with. Both going really heavy on Gurkhas. Still no auto or breed Consulate for Samwise yet. Perhaps he forgot about that. And Optimus is going for food crates. Probably went for another one. Let's check. Text completed. If you can see that. Yes, wood, gold, and food. So Optimus is going to get a nice power spike right now. Although we'll see if Samwise will be able to catch up, maybe with Ottoman Consulate and going for a longer term play, perhaps. Optimus being quite active, herding as many foods around this space as possible. And yeah, Optimus is gonna repair his TC, and we see 4 Sowers coming in for Samwise. Perhaps he's gonna try to time that with the Ottoman Consulate and try to get a good round on these Gurkhas. 4 Sowers coming in for Optimus too. So we'll see if players decide to fight just yet. No, Optimus is gonna go for Ottoman Consulate, which means that he's gonna probably go for Fields next. The 4 Fields being affected by good faith agreement too. so they are actually quite cheaper than the 300 export. I believe it's like 180 or something. But we'll see. Optimus is banking a lot of resources right now. He's currently have 1 C point queue, but might decides to just delete, cancel that, sorry, and just age up. We see a few Zemraks being trained by Samwise. So what did he decide to sheep? I mean, the 400 expert means that he went for villagers now. Yeah, he might just train the gardeners right now. So both players are going to poke, although these Zemraks might be a threat for Optimus Prime. Obviously, if they fight with Gurkhas and Sowers, then the Zemraks will make a huge difference in this fight. So yeah, someone is not being quite sure about what's going on right now. Optimus Prime is aging with the Charminar Gate, I believe. Let's take text being research. Yeah, Charminar Gate. And someone is currently keeping training units, so being slightly ahead in eco, but this will be neglected as soon as Optimus get his Ottoman villagers. Going for a lot of Zemraks, actually already 10 on the field, and a lot of Gurkhas. So Optimus has got a window to age now. He's not being pressured that much, just somehow keep poking. So yeah, we'll see if Samwise can make something happen as soon as he sees Optimus trying to age. He's got both his elephants dead, and which is a bit unfortunate. He's gonna decide to go in now. Ottoman Minutemen being called, and he's gonna decide to pull back actually. Needs to use his Zemraks to kill the Sowers as soon as possible. 2 gardeners on the field left. No, only 1 now, being focused directly by Optimus, and now it's like Skirm versus Gurkhas and Minutemen, and now Mahouts coming in on the field. And yeah, someone has to be really careful because a lot of these Gurkhas are low HP, so if these Mahouts can connect, he's gonna make tons of damage on these Gurkhas. And see, yeah, as you can see, a lot of Gurkhas are coming down. Mahouts going down, but definitely a good trade for Optimus. And it seems that we've got Comment Cage is subscribed to ESOC. Thank you very much, mates. So yeah, really nice trade for Optimus so far. Now Samwise he's quite stuck in H2. Let's check ship and send. He didn't send coin just yet, so he might just decide to ship coin right now and follow up. Or maybe stay H2 now that he's committing to 1k wood coming in for Optimus, which is obviously greedy, but just having a good trade before, so should be able to go greedy now. A few Zemrak raid. Let me check something. Yeah, let's move the donation bar. I'm sorry about that. I can either put it on the bottom or just actually move this recalculated eco stuff on the side, which should do the trick for now. Trying to pick up his elephants but getting sniped down already. We see still a H2 Gurkha so far. Samwise is going to pick up a Vil, but he's going to lose a few Zemraks. Meanwhile, going for an immense bar Gurkha, getting a boost on his units, and Samwise is aging at the same time. He's going to follow with the Charminar Gate himself. So quite a nice window for Optimus to do whatever he wants. Basically, he could decide to push, maybe with a Mahou achievement, that's a lot of food. And we've got another subscription from ED Holland. It's September. Subscribe to ESOC now for a 50% off. Thank you very much, ED Holland. But yeah, back in the game, Samwise being quite ahead in eco. I'm not sure how this happened. Maybe he killed a lot of Vils while poking, or maybe with his Zemraks and didn't pay attention, or maybe Optimus idle a lot. So more Gurkhas being trained by Samwise, and we see Optimus having a Mahout in queue and shipped 2 at the same time. So yeah, we'll see what's going on. He's got another shipment on the way, and he's currently popped right now, which means that he's probably have a military shipment on the way. Perhaps Euromies, or I don't think it's an upgrade, because otherwise it wouldn't be pop at the moment. Maybe 3 mahouts or something like this. Let's check his deck. Yes, he does have 3 mahouts. So could be perhaps that Samwise is gonna push right now. Maybe he's being afraid of Optimus trying to go industrial. This Zembarak's not being upgraded just yet. Gurkha counts being probably even at the moment, see all units. Optimus being ahead by 10 Gurkhas, and he's got the Mensa bar too, so Samwise is going for the unit upgrade with the British East Company or something like that. And going for 6 mahouts, which is a huge power spike right now. Zembarak still being H2 and they have no cards on them, so actually if these mahouts can connect, they will completely wreck this army. I'm pretty sure about that. So Samwise has to be really careful right now. What did Optimus spend his 1k with on? Maybe training mahouts and making houses. We don't see any second TC, neither Waddler. So Samwise is gonna try to get as many free shots as possible on these mahouts, but yeah, and staying between the aggro and the stable, so mahouts will have a terrible pathing trying to get in, and still H2 Zembaraks unfortunately, and I'm quite concerned right now. I mean, I'm really afraid for Samwise, because if these mahouts can go in, then they will have fun destroying these Gurkhas basically. Minutemen being called from the TC. So yeah, they're still quite even at the moment. Optimus being slightly ahead in score because he's got more military, and it was H3 before, so 1k weight, so all these things matters. But Samwise being quite active, trying to snipe and get as many free damage as possible. I would like both players to try to snipe the Mensa bar. We see this one over here, and the other one might be somewhere in the mix over here actually. So yeah, that's pretty much a free pick for Samwise, which will really help him to get the skirm war going for him. We see only 6 Zembarak left, and yeah, Samwise lost quite a few over here, and I don't know why Optimus is so hesitant at the moment. Maybe he's afraid of something hidden, but if he decides to go in right now and there's only 10 H2 Zembaraks, then yeah, Samwise could be in a lot of trouble, and we see head defense combat coming in, so these mahouts are actually quite much better right now. Samwise is going to keep poking. He's got the scrim advantage, got a Mensa bar and the Gurkha upgrades. Wow, and shipping 9 Zembaraks, so and upping them to veteran, so now should be much safer from a mahout push. Zembarak's been quite good at DPSing Cav down, and we see an additional batch of 4 mahouts coming in for Optimus Prime. So if he decides to push now, then Samwise has to be really on top of his micro if he wants to get away versus that. We can see military unit population being quite in favor of Optimus Prime at the moment. I'm gonna fix the donation sound straight after this game. Sorry, it's quite raping my ears too. But whatever. 2 stable, 2 axes for Samwise, and we've got still the Agra, and wow, this is go time for Optimus. This Gurkha are going to have a lot of trouble getting a really terrible pathing due to Samwise not backing his goons, and yeah, these mahouts are doing an excellent job on these Gurkhas, and now it's mostly Zems and a few Gurkhas remaining for Samwise, and he's gonna get completely cleaned up here. Don't know why he's not trying to kite anything, and yeah, there's not coming back from this. I mean, 3 mahouts popping on this Gurkha, but there's still 5 more mahouts. Oh, 2 mahouts pop from the TC, but there are still 5 mahouts for Optimus Prime, and these mahouts being carded, so quite better than the others. There's still also a few Gurkhas remaining to deal additional damage and try to snipe as many mahouts as possible. I'd love to see Zembarak pop from the stable, but now it's being too late. All mahouts are being focused down by Optimus, and overall that was quite a good trade for Optimus Prime for sure. Eco being quite even at the moment. Both players having the same map control, but yeah, Optimus just have 50 more units, and Samwise is gonna snipe maybe 1 or 2 mahouts, which is a really solid free pick, but not quite enough. And 2 howders coming in from Optimus Prime. Quite a situational shipment, but I like it in this situation just because he's got elephant combat, so those howders are actually very good. We see spies being researched from the Indian Brit Consulate. But yes, quite a huge army now for Optimus, and he's got this Khan and this Gurkha working for him too. And yeah, I'm curious to see how Samwise is gonna get back into this game. I mean, he's not popping any units for the last 2 minutes from these racks and stable, and Optimus is getting more and more ahead, going for 3 mahouts. This could be a response actually. We'll see if he can train more Zembraks, which would be an ideal composition versus mostly Cav and Skirms. But he's gonna decide to call GG and just resign. So game 1 coming in for Optimus Prime. Yeah, very well played overall by Optimus, getting, I mean, going first to H3 and holding Samwise pressure quite easily, and then being able to snowball his advantage. But yeah, this fight over here was just terrible from Samwise, and he didn't have enough Zembraks perhaps, or didn't micro well enough to get away from 6 mahouts. Mahouts having only 6 speed, so you can usually get away decently if you can kite, but obviously a lot of mahouts are really difficult for the opponent to kite them. So we're moving into game number 2 now. Let me try to see if I can reduce the donation sound a bit lower, perhaps. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to mute myself for a few seconds. Sorry about that. I'm trying to fix it, and I'll be right back in a second. Okay, we are back for game number 2. I should be able to reduce the sound of donation now, so just make a quick test to see if everything is working. So I'm making a few tests, and we're gonna see Germany versus Japan actually. But player seems to be ready, so I'll have a look later on that. Just waiting for players to be ready. Score is currently 1-0 for Optimus Prime. Oh, you see, it seems that we have a ping spike for Optimus, so let's wait a bit. We've got another donation. I mean, ESOC TV just subscribed to ESOC TV, which is I don't know if it's a test or if it's maybe Noel or an admin subscribing, but thank you very much anyway. And we're going into game number 2. We're gonna see Samwise12 playing for CMC, playing as Germany, versus Optimus Prime for the Nila Ninjas, playing as Japan. This has been a matchup we've seen quite a lot during this tournament. So yeah, we'll see what players decides to do. A lot of players saying that this is heavily your favorite, but I mean, Japan definitely has option. So yeah, we'll see what players decides to do. The map is, I mean, the distance between TCs are usually quite small, which is different from a huge map like Florida, for example. So we'll see. We've got a coin start, and I'm just gonna check the humps. So Sam got a starting 1, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, even a 5th one, and Optimus got starting a 2nd one and the 3rd, I guess. Although he's playing Japan, so does it really matter? I'm just gonna tell them. But it's up to him. Maybe he wants to shrine a lot and then it will matter. I don't know. Okay, no responses from players. Optimus Prime, interesting, going for a market actually, and gonna work on a 70-foot treasure. Meanwhile, Samwise was able to pick 90 foot for himself, I believe. Yeah, 90 foot. Definitely nice treasures. We got the second 90 foot over here, but it's quite in the middle of the map. So Optimus went for a shrine on the side, and then let's takes completed, and he's got the first berries upgrades called Hanami Feast, Hanami Party maybe, not sure about that. Samwise is gonna work on that, but Optimus Prime is waiting for it, and I mean, it's quite in the middle of the map, so obviously quite risky, although Samwise is not gonna crack shot this bear just yet. Well, he's gonna crack shot him right now, and Optimus Prime wasn't paying attention, so that's another foot treasure coming in for Samwise, and that's already 180 foot for Germany, and I'm sure he will be able to age 1v earlier because of that. That's quite big actually. Went for a really nice hunting dog time, and yeah, probably gonna age up 16 now. He's got 1v in queue, a second one in queue now, and yeah, should be able to, so we'll see if he decides to go for it or not. Going for a 16 age up means that you're gonna age before Japan in 90% of the time, so so could go for aggressive build or really fast FF maybe, so we'll see. Optimus Prime is gonna get 80 XP for himself, so what's remaining on the map? We've got a fairy coin over here, a settler over here, and a CDB over here. The settler being quite close to Optimus TC, so maybe something is gonna work on later on. Gonna drop another shrine over here. I'm not sure how he got. Oh yeah, okay, he shipped 300 wood first. So he's gonna shrine with these woods, gonna age up just now, and someone is gonna age with 14 veils actually. Does he have the woods? Yeah, he researched the wood upgrade on the market, which makes sense. So you can age up 17 and still don't have any idle time, and you get more wood in transition, which is nice. Yeah, score being updated. Let's move the recalculate eco pop bar over here. Optimus is gonna go for the CDB treasure, and I mean, being able to stun 2 bears and getting divine strike, and you should be able to get this treasure pretty easily. He knows that Germany is most likely going for a trading post, although he's being quite low HP, but yeah, he's just gonna divine strike and yeah, just get this CDB. I mean, pretty nice pick for him. If you ask me, I would say that going for, I mean, divine strike and like stomp is just not optimal in an RNG game, but yeah, that's part of AoE, so whatever. Going for the Shrine Wonder, Toshogu, and already got a market. He doesn't have a Consulate just yet. Yes, he does, never mind, somewhere. I was going for a Consulate on the side with the CDB picked. Interesting, he's gonna probably go for an aggressive start. So what does he have in his deck actually? He's got Kami too, so he might just mind game Samwise and making believe that he shipped Kami and he's going really greedy right now. And in response to that, Samwise is going for forward barracks, and yeah, I'm pretty sure you would like to have barracks in base at Germany to counter this kind of pressure from Japan, but he's gonna go for 2 Raxes on front, and yeah, we'll see how both players will play that. Optimus Prime going for 2 times 300 wood in H1. Quite an interesting build, and someone's going for a few crossbows right now. He's gonna get 2 Yulons and probably gonna try to kill this monk a bit too late now. But he's got his hero ready to snare in the base. Quite nice, so you can just send 2 Yulons to catch them and push with crossbows. 300 export for Optimus Prime, so he's got 700 exports right now. We'll see which Consulate he decides to go. Probably Japan Consulate and go for Ashi plus clubs, but that's like 2 units getting countered by crossbows, so I'm not sure about that. You could also go Port Consulate, I guess, and get Bestiarios, but well, someone is gonna kill the 2 Japanese monks, which is a huge pick. Japan won't be able to shrine anymore, starting from now for a while. Although we see 5 Ashi coming in on the side, they might spot this villager. Yeah, Optimus Prime going straight for it, and he's gonna probably spot it. Someone is going for pikes, sieging the few shrines being on the map. So what does he have now? 3 settler wagon following 700 woods. Pretty standard so far. So the eco is actually quite close right now. He's gonna retreat his bows, getting quite a bad batch of 4 bows, but should be enough to defend this 5 Ashi and 5 clubs pressure. He's gonna lose a house though, which is obviously annoying. It's Germany, you need a lot of pop space. And he doesn't have that many crossbows, and yeah, just gonna get hunted down by this Ashi, and the clubs are gonna snare them, which is quite unfortunate. I hope he's got Minutemen on the way. Gonna deny another house, and yeah, it's quite tricky. Hero being there to snare, fortunately for Samwise, but no Minutemen on the way. Daimyo coming in for Japan straight in the base, although Samwise is raiding at the same time, so quite nice. Setting 8 hex bows and trying to snipe as many Ashis as possible. Nice bleeding from Sam. But those clubs and ashes are gonna kill these crossbows quite easily, and getting a batch of crossbows because he's got idled for so long, not gathering any food right now. And Optimus is quite all in at the moment. He's making tons of clubs, and yeah, Samwise doesn't have Vil HP, so he has to be really careful at the moment, not losing any Vil. Decisive being stuck a bit, but not gonna lose any. Trying to gather as many food as possible so he can get more crossbows, but the daimyo is here, ready to snipe some of them. And that's the tricky part where you decide to either TC fire the hashes or maybe the daimyo, but now the daimyo is quite on the side. Going for another Yulon raid, and almost killing the CDB, but going back right now. Maybe deciding to bring back as many units as possible to defend around this TC, but quite an all-in build for Japan. Making a lot of damage though. He's gonna maybe lose a settler wagon here. No, getting a TC just in time. 5 hashes following, being shipped on the daimyo, and this is actually scary for Samwise, getting a batch of 4 crossbow out, and doesn't have any other military shipments. He's got 3 dops or 5 Yulons, so we'll see. Oh, he's gonna waste his bows, unfortunately, getting just hand down by this hashi. Although one club being grouped with the Hashigarus, so being quite slow at the moment. But won't be able to gather any food, and 3 dops coming in, but he needs some kind of gold for Minutemen and snare with the Yulon stops and getting crossbows firing. Right now he's just gonna lose more and more houses and getting idle all the time. His earning has not been the greatest, so he doesn't have much food around his TC right now. Going for another 2 Yulon raid, but won't catch much things. Should probably bring back these Yulons and TC and try to snare everything with the dops. He's gonna get an extra volley on his dop personers. Not the greatest unit control. He's got 4 Yulons on top, but I'm not sure what they're trying to accomplish. And just Samwise being constantly housed, and he's got 8 pikes on the bottom and a few bows on the top. He's got 3 dops over here and a few Yulons on the top, so he might go for a nice round and try to clean this Ashi mass, but this is gonna be go or die soon, because he's popped. He's not gathering anything, trying to drop more houses, but still doesn't have Vil HP, so he has to be really careful with these settler wagons. Maybe waiting for another shipment, but it's gonna take some time. He needs to snare with his hero right now. Getting the 3 dops, getting his Yulons on the way too. Maybe he's gonna have a Minuteman pop or something on the way. He's forgetting about this spice, and that's quite unfortunate, but he doesn't have just the mass to deal with that, and it's looking quite good for Japan right now, being quite lonely in daimyo, 5 ashes, but getting a Nashi mass, and yeah, it doesn't seem like losing another settler wagon and just going for the GG, and that's 2-0 for Optimus. So yeah, Optimus going for a big cheese, and Samwise just got caught by this, so a nice mind game, maybe making Sam believe that he was going for a really greedy build with Market and Toshigu and probably Kami, but at the same time going for double 300 wood, 300 exports, and going for daimyo and quite an all-in build. So well played, Optimus. Yeah, I mean, Germany was idle for the last 5 minutes and just didn't gather anything. So I'm gonna restart my game quickly. I'm just gonna tell them. Okay, so the map number 3 is going to be Manchuria. Just waiting for players to select the map and agree on the matchup. Up to you to pick first. So Manchuria next, also another solid water map, and Optimus got the first pick of here, so we'll see if it decides to go for see if they can potentially go water, or going for something more standard like Brits or Germany maybe. We'll see. Just having a quick look on the chat. Sorry, not talking much at the moment, just waiting for Optimus Prime to pick his save on this map. See what's going on. Sorry about the hair rape. We've got Helial and shared 100. Subway 100 bonus notification bug or something like that. I'm trying my best to reduce that at the moment, but I have no clue on how to do it. Let's have a look. And Optimus is going to go for Ottomans actually. And Samwise is going to go France in a counter pick. Just a quick advice. But I don't see why would you pick auto on this map if you don't go for water, so. Yeah, good. Okay, moving into game number 3, and score is currently 2-0 for Optimus Prime. I need to update it as soon as possible, so I'll do it first. And so map is Manchuria, and we have Samwise playing as France in the color blue bottom of the map, and Optimus Prime playing Ottoman in the top of the map in the color red. And on this pawn we have both players having their own between brackets TP line. I'm gonna quickly check the hands too. So 2-0, all good. Let's see, starting in the second one, third, and we have starting second one, third hand, fourth, and that's probably one of these or fourth. And yeah, I mean France got more hands on east side of the map, but both players having 3 or 4 hands available under TC, so I believe we are good to go with that. So Samwise is gonna send his native scouts to get as many yaks as possible. Both players are going for a trading post, so I believe this would start for France and would start for Otto too. Yeah, getting a house and a mosque. So yeah, Sam will be really happy to get as many yaks as possible. He's gonna go on the top, trying to scout with his net scout if he doesn't get blocked by this, and gonna pick one of Optimus Prime yaks, which is quite nice. One of the yaks Opti was using to scout. Probably gonna find this one too. I'm not sure how Optimus already scouted it, so we won't be able to see. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if France was able to get more or less 10 yaks. It's already got 6. Now 7, he will get this one at some point too, and there are still these 2 remaining, but I'm not sure if he can. Both players going for a wood treasure, so we'll see. Opti will be able to get this first mosque upgrade and getting villas faster, which is obviously super nice as Otto. He's gonna also manage to find these 2 yaks, so France probably won't be able to go livestock unless you get the last one and decide to go with 8 yaks. We see already 3 villas on the field for Otto at 2 minutes. So let's check the decks. Yes, we see a Navy water deck for Optimus Prime with also CM. And for Samwise, what do we have? Yes, also some kind of water deck with a fish upgrade also. Not something you see all the time with France, but definitely viable. No 1k coin though, but 4 guns instead. Not a fan of that, but that's fine overall. No 2 heavy cannons too, but okay. Otherwise, quite standard deck. So Optimus is aging right now. France is gonna click up anytime soon. He's sending a Vil on the coast, so he's gonna drop a dock over here. Yep, there we go. And Samwise is gonna send his net scouts over here. Maybe gonna try to check the coast or something like this. Has to pay attention because obviously it's not because your opponent has a water deck that he's obviously gonna go water. You could go for some cheese, you know, like Jan Rush or something as an auto, or just hedging with a tower and you don't scout that and he's going FF actually, and yeah, could be in a lot of trouble. But yeah, so going for dock, did he send schooners? No, he didn't. So these fishing boats are gonna train really slow from this dock. Someone scanning the entire shore. So yeah, opti-aging. Let's see if he tries to drop a second dock. Yep, there we go, second dock for Optimus. Still no schooners though. He's got just sent something. Maybe he's got schooners on the way now. I'm not entirely sure about that. Going for racks and base at the same time. And what is Samwise doing? Just gathering wood at the moment. Maybe getting steel traps or something. Although he's gathering a lot of wood, so might go for some kind of bowpipe stuff. I'm not entirely sure about that. Or maybe going second TP and stagecoach. We'll see. So yeah, Optimus second dock already got 3 boats on the field. So gonna be ahead in eco quite soon if he keeps booming really hard on water. Well, does he have schooners in there? No, it doesn't. Okay, so it's a water, also on water without schooners, which is also possible, of course. Boats being 70 wood on EP, so Samwise doesn't have any military building yet, but he just went for a second trading post and probably got stagecoach on the way, making a house. And yeah, Optimus sent 700 wood, now following by 600 wood. I believe he's just gonna make a lot of fishing boats out of this. Does he have rendering plans? No, not yet. Neither the first fish upgrade. He's got 5 gems in queue. Okay. So decides to make units actually, which is interesting. Samwise seems to be going for an FF, but he's still gathering coins, so he might just FF with 700 wood. Yeah, there we go. He's got his net scout in a nice position, so he knows that Optimus made a few gens. Oh, also gonna work on the stable treasure, which is a really nice pick if he can get it. Obviously getting 200 wood for free is quite nice. He's gonna make stable though, which is quite questionable if you go for this treasure, but maybe he's gonna go double stable or something, we'll see. Optimus making more gens, but just getting 30 food. And Samwise knows exactly that these 10 gens are on the way, and a third dock coming in for Optimus, so going for a really greedy build, but pushing at the same time in H2. And what is Samwise doing? He's got 6 musketeers in queue. Perhaps he's gonna ship coin now and just hijab, or I think staying H2 would be the wrong call right now. Although he has to defend that and get the stable treasure for himself. His hero is gonna be on time. Yeah, he's gonna. Oh no, he's not working on a stable, and now Optimus is getting a free stable, and I was gonna lose more mask in the retreat. It's really sloppy unit control today from Samwise, I believe. Going to ship 8 bows now for the time being, but making hussars, which is questionable at this point. Although it doesn't seem like Optimus scouted that, so he might decide to siege a TP or go for a villain. And yeah, I mean, Samwise is just gonna catch this entire gem mass. Once again being sloppy on the unit control, and Optimus will probably be able to get a few gens away, although getting snared, so so yeah, Samwise is gonna kill more units now. Oh, you need to send this hero forward to snare. So what is Optimus doing? Not aging just yet, making more gens. Getting snared by his hero again. Really need to shoot him and kill him. Yeah, there we go. He's gonna lose 1 more gen probably. Unless Samwise doesn't shoot. Yeah, too late now. 5 house entering the battle, and yeah, he's gonna go for a raid with it, but Ottoman is the kind of ship that has wheels on the TC for 10 minutes. So yeah, gonna pick up these gens instead, which is quite nice for him. 700 coin coming in for Ottoman. He's gonna probably try to hedge with that. Calling Minutemen not so. But I believe this is still a really good trade for Samwise, and yeah, gonna try to melee the chance, but they're gonna get picked off by the musketeers and crossbows. Really nice Huss micro for now. Although Optimus got a ton of fishing economy right now, being 10 wheels ahead in recalculated eco. Also send 2 fish upgrades, so these boats are gonna gather a tons of resources right now. Samwise is trying to go for a raid, although a few gens over here, but is Optimus aging? Yes, he is. He's going probably for the fast option. I mean, that's probably what he needs right now. Because Samwise, yeah, could decide to just stay H2 and just make a ton of damage versus that. He might also follow this by a 2 caravel shipment or something, just to try to deny the water and idle as many of the fish eco as possible. A really nice trap from Samwise. So Optimus got a shipment ready. He's got 1 Huss patch, which is quite low. And yeah, I mean, looking good for Samwise at the moment. He's got the mass. He's aging himself behind that, which is also quite nice. And he's got a lot of still got a decent infantry mass, so he can decide to do the damage he wants. Basically, he's gonna try to decide to just stay under TC and idle as much as possible. Going for 2 caravel too, while hedging, which is quite questionable choice. I mean, you could go for a frigate 30 seconds later, but decides to go for 2 caravel, killing a few fishes and handling this water eco. Going for Cav versus Jan in melee, but yeah, obviously not going really well. So a bit of a waste for Samwise of here. Hopsi is trying to raid with 1 Huss, but shouldn't get much unless yeah, Samwise is not reacting, so losing 1 CDB of here. A few Cav archers for auto, but not the scariest thing, although I hate more Jans now, enjoying the battle. So Sam probably gonna try to kite with his crossbows and get as many units killed as possible. A few Jans in melee coming in for Optimus. And Opti trained a frigate actually, so these caravels are probably roasted now. And yeah, that's why, yeah, I mean, maybe 1 frigate would have been better for Samwise, but he's going for skirmishes in Dragoon in H3, which will do very good versus obviously Jans and Cavalchus. Although this frigate is quite low HP, so I wonder if it's not worth for Samwise to just ship a frigate right now and try to keep pushing on the water. He's got the choice. He's got the army to just push under Ottoman TC, or he could try to just siege a dock on the shore, maybe try to establish himself some water control, but we'll see what he decides to do. Although the clock is ticking against him right now, and yeah, he has to make something happen because he's behind Nico, and Optimus is going for 2 falconets. We'll see what is Samwise responses. He's going for a lot of skirms, a few dragoons too, and 2 falconets himself. So yeah, we'll see. He's gonna decide to push the TC by the look of it. Yeah, so pushing the Ottoman base. Although Optimus is going for a TC around the coast, trying to get his eco even rolling harder. He's got 16 boats on Wales right now, and with 2 cars, these boats gather a lot. He's also got the 2 fish upgrades from the dock, so getting a really nice coin income, I'd say. But there comes the pressure from France. We'll see how Optimus can react to that. He's got 2 falconets himself, but I mean, if these falconets trade the same, then that's just Jans and Cavalchus versus skirms. I mean, so we'll see how this goes. Optimus has to be really careful with his Fox. He's got more line of sight with skirms, so he's gonna pick up one flag for free, and probably a second one even. Yeah, nice pickup for Samwise, and yeah, suddenly you only have Cavalches and Jans versus tons of skirmishes and Dragoon, which will do much better, obviously, and still have the 2 Fox remaining. Going for a Saloon, but you only have Black Riders inside, which are not obviously useful units in this situation. What does he have? Little Bombards, but not available before H4. So yeah, a lot of trouble for Optimus Prime at the moment. He's gonna make houses on the coast. He's got another TC, he's got a frigate, so he's got a water control, although on land, this is gonna get very scary for him. He's gonna try to CC fire the Falconet, I guess, but he only have a few veils inside. And Samwise is going really aggressive, shipping 5 Dragoons right now, so getting ready for a potential Mameluke pop. And circle sieging the TC, right clicking the Fox too. That's a lot of Cavalches for Optimus, but yeah, once again, not the greatest units in this composition. He's gonna try to go in. Does he have? He already used his Minutemen, I believe. Or has to be really careful with this. Yeah, target putting the Fox on the Jans. Skirmishes shooting at the Dragoons right now. Bit of a wasted volley over here. But overall, quite a good trade for France. I mean, and now he can cut forever. He killed a lot of stuff. Manchu is going in for Optimus, but that's still a lot of goons and skirms, which is obviously ideal versus this composition. Samwise could just tank with goons and right click with skirms, and yeah, 10 more skirms joining the battle, and this is just enough for France. I mean, has to be really careful. Could maybe target the Manchus first. They do more damage. Arsenal coming in for Optimus Prime, trying to tank with the hero. It's gonna get targeted by goons. So yeah, this trade going much better for Optimus Prime than I expected, but I mean, Samwise should completely clean this up. Just needs to micro and target units one by one, and yeah, I mean, now these Manchus and Cavalches are gonna get another tech. Samwise going 1k wood following that. And we'll see what's Optimus follow up at this point. He's got mercenaries. Score is quite even at the moment, but yeah, now Samwise is getting the lead. So let's see what he decides to do with this wood. He's still got 1k wood on the floor, not gathering it just yet. He's got the control of the gold mines in the middle, which is quite important for France. The eco is quite even. So I'd rather be in France's position right now, just much better units overall. Oh, Mamelukes joining the battle, and this could be a huge swing for Optimus Prime. Gotta be really on point of these goon micro, not wasting any goons in this scenario, because otherwise he's gonna get completely wrecked by the Mamelukes. Nice pull trick with the skirms, trying to get away from the Cavalches fire. Killing a first Mameluke, but these guys are just not dying at the moment, and Cavalche is focusing goons slowly, and this could be a cleanup for Optimus. So the Mamelukes being a really nice tanky units, but not the greatest at killing units. So yeah, we'll see. Killing 2 Mamelukes, although he doesn't have any Cavalches to support this Mameluke. Getting 5 on the way, but we see an 8 skirmish shipment, a batch of Dragoon, and this should be just enough for France to clean this up. But not the worst trade overall for Optimus Prime. Nice unit control for Samwise. And yeah, with these reinforcing skirms, he should be fine to fight that. Keep in mind that there's no CAF combat on the field for Optimus. Optimus is ahead in scores somehow, although the eco is quite the same. But Samwise is gonna have the Transcender over here, trying to secure this 5k gold mine, and gonna push under the TC again. Quite a close game so far, both having Stagecoach too. But yeah, once again, Samwise just got the better units. Optimus is gonna go for an artillery foundry, but this TC still hasn't been repaired, and could be a target for Samwise if he decides to just right-click that. And there's not much Optimus can do at this point. He can try to take an engagement with his Jans and Cavalches, but once again, skirmishes from Samwise are just gonna do a lot of work versus that. or spies ensnaring with the heroes. So Samwise has to be really careful with his units right now. He's got a few spies targeting the goons, which is good, so they don't DPS the skirms down. But yeah, nice pop from Optimus TC, and the spies are going to go down, but they were able to kill a lot of skirmishes, and that's all what matters in Optimus situation. Portraying the skirms. Still no cav combat for France, so these goons are slightly inferior to these hot cavaliers. More skirms joining the battle should be just enough. Or sloppy unit puncture for Optimus, losing a few cavaliers on the top, but still quite a close game so far. GC going up for Samwise, who's gonna get additional eco income too, more than securing the gold mines. Both players going for an artillery foundry, and Optimus got one falconet in queue. Still nothing for Samwise just yet, but as soon as he sees these falconets from Optimus, then he might just decide to add a cover in or falconets himself. Oh, we'll be able to pick up a few veils over here, which is quite nice. 7 skirms coming in for Samwise, which is quite questionable achievement. Not the greatest, but if he really wants to make damage and push right now, then this is the right call. Now eco being really in favor of France, and yeah, you can see it on the score too. Optimus lost 10 veils or something, but he's got tons of cavaliers, and I expect him to ship cav combat next, then to just upgrade them and rely on cavaliers plus Fox. But I mean, if Samwise kites well, then he's gonna get a lot of free kills before the cavaliers can even connect. More dragoons, more skirmishes for Samwise. Yeah, keeping on going with this composition, which is way superior. He's got 5 dragoons in queue. Still no falconets on the field, but 2 falconets for Optimus Prime. Although this composition is not the greatest to defend Falcons versus dragoons, so. And Samwise is going to decide to just right click this TC, although there's a frigate, it's going to make a lot of damage on these goons. Wow, a lot of low HP goons. Samwise going for an arsenal somewhere, maybe in his base. Yes, in his base, trying to take his goons. Maybe going to take his skirmishers with counter infantry rifling perhaps. Maybe anticipating Optimus to make more jans. Although getting quite good for Samwise. I mean, Optimus still being ahead in score somehow, but being way behind in eco. So what is Optimus Prime doing? Opti is going to go industrial right now. He's banking a lot of resources and perhaps going to try to revolt or something. With a lot of cavaliers, obviously with a lot of Imperial assaults too. But yeah, we'll see what he decides to do. He's gonna go forward with his cavaliers, but he's gonna lose a lot. Wow, nice split fire from Samwise. 2 falconets, but he's gonna go and snipe them with his goons. They have been tagged, so no problem for Samwise. So Opti aging is gonna try to hold over here, but those skirmishers are just gonna completely wreck those cavaliers, and with the falconets being way too much in the back, then this is gonna be a really nice treat for Samwise. Gonna snipe this dragoon too, and yeah, he's gonna right click the TC, and I hope Optimus is aging in this town center and not the other. He's going to ship a frigate too. This frigate is still low HP. Sloppy job from Optimus not repairing it. I mean, it's been there for a while, but if Samwise pays attention, then he's gonna kill this frigate before Optimus won. And yeah, Optimus was aging in this town center. And yeah, I mean, Samwise got a tons of skirms and dragoons now. He's making coverings at the same time, so might decide to just push water after. Although these TC fires should be just enough to kill this frigate. Opti is going to try to buy time, maybe raiding with goons, so he's going to maybe pop falconets from this TC with the HR or something, so we'll see. No, he's going for H4 spies. But yeah, Cav Combat coming in for Samwise with the upgrade on the arsenal, and he's just gonna try to run around with his army on the map. The spies are quite slow, so they're gonna slow down the goons. I mean, just a bit, but yeah, quite good for Samwise. Optimus is totally out of food right now. His fish has run out, so he's only relying on whales, and he doesn't have any meal eco just yet. So Samwise is just gonna follow Optimus on the sea. On the shore, and the 4 coverings coming in. Has to be careful about these gods. Oh, 2 bombards, but they're gonna get sniped instantly by these coverings. And yeah, I mean, I believe this is gonna be GG for Samwise. I don't see how Optimus can ever kill this army. He's got the frigate supports and H4 cav archers, but yeah, still no cav combat, and those goons are just almost as good. And yeah, calling in the GG. And yeah, that's game for Samwise. So going for the remontada, if I can say so. He was almost out of coin at the moment, so quite a nice timing to decide to end this game. Yeah, he was doing a melt plantation too, so. But yeah, well played overall by France. If I had to analyze this game, I'd say he was quite okay in H2 for both players, but then I just don't understand Optimus Prime composition. Just going for a double weakness to skirms, and yeah, I mean, just was ahead in eco for a while, but just lost army several times because of France composition just being better. Let's check all resources gathered. Yeah, Optimus was quite ahead because of the eco upgrades he had on his fishing boats, but yeah, I mean, getting slower and slower behind in eco, not being able to boom on land, and yeah, just Samwise constantly making veils from 2 TCs and out booming auto. But yeah, let's move into game number 4. Okay, so the next map is going to be Herald Island, and Sam to pick first. Where is the well played? You can see the CMC fan room being almost full. So having a discussion on the CMC channel at the moment, trying to define the next pick for Samwise, and seems like Germany is a good pick on this map. And see if he said right away. Good shout from Sam, not training any cav versus a 3 times anti-cav composition. Yes, that's quite true. Caster conflict of interest? No, not at all. I just want my team to win, mate. That's it. I'm trying to be as objective as possible on the game, of course, not trying to favor the player with the map or something, obviously. I'm not SKG, bro. I'm joking, of course. So yeah, let's see what Samwise decides to pick. Probably gonna go Germany, but we have to double check that. Yeah, free fire for our boys SKG. It's part of the competition, you know. And yeah, Samwise is gonna lock with Germany. And so this is the second match point, we could say. I mean, both players are gonna play 5 games no matter what, but a victory from Optimus Prime and it would be sure to win the series. So the pressure is on Samwise right now. And Japan again for Optimus Prime. The score is currently 2-1 for Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime won the first 2 games. So we had David, what was the first matchup? India Mirror on Florida. And then we had Germany versus Japan, won by Japan on Arkansas. And then the last map was France versus Otto, won by France on Manchuria. Just waiting for Samwise to green up. Yeah, that's true. If you don't stream, you can focus more on the UI, which is why a co-caster is always good. And if you have also tech issues, then you know the streamer can carry on the game while the co-caster is trying to fix the tech issues. No, yeah, Samwise went for Germany in game 2 versus Japan, and Opti went for some kind of rush with 200 wood twice, and then 300 export and forward the racks and Consulate with the CDB treasure he got, and went for Daimyo and 5 ashes, 5 ashes. costs 1,200 food and 1,000 coin to unlock Moist Bar with Germany. That's quite a fun comment. So, it seems that we have the famous 200 would start for Germany, but also would start for Japan, of course. So could go for a Consulate here. I know some players like to TP as Japan, but yeah, we'll see what Opti decides to do here. It's probably gonna be TP for Germany anyway, and we'll see. Going for the Archer directly and gonna pick up himself 50 coin and 40 XP. I mean 50 if you kill the wolf. And Samwise is gonna go for a training post, I guess. So let's quickly check the resources. Samwise got starting and a second hunt, and so does Optimus. This is Optimus' third hunt, I believe, and this is Samwise' third hunt. Quite in the middle of the map, but we should be good to go anyway like this. Actually, yeah, I mean Samwise is probably missing these hunts actually. This one is it's kind of running away, but it's starting to get a bit late for a rehost, so I think we're gonna go with that. Not 100% the greatest spawn, but should be fine anyway. So, Samwise is gonna get himself 90 coin, and Optimus went for 40 wood and 40 food. Optimus is currently pops, yeah, he's gonna just drop a shrine and queue Veils as soon as possible. Going for Portuguese Consulate. So we'll see this time, he might go for a greedier build. Wow, huge pick for Samwise, 125 wood. Nope, Optimus is gonna go for 300 wood again. Let's check his deck. This time it's exactly the same as the previous one. Doesn't have flaming arrows in H4. Probably replaced by refrigeration or 300 wood. So, if Samwise pays attention, you would know that Optimus didn't find any wood treasure besides this 40 wood. So going for a shrine this late means that he probably went for 300 wood or something. Also, if you check gather rates, then you would see that with Kami, 2 shrine would gather more. Yeah, so he's gonna spot 2 shrines, and if he's not gonna go over here, so not gonna spot these 2 ones, but probably recognize that Japan went for something different than 2 Veils or Kami. Well, you would see the 2 Veils, but let's move that. So both players aging right now. Optimus Prime got a shipment ready, but he's not sending anything, so perhaps not gonna go for 300 wood twice this time. Japan gonna get 40 wood, and what do we have remaining? We have a nice 150 food in the base. Not in base, in the middle of the map, sorry. Optimus Prime is going for the Tog Sugar Shrine again and going for another shrine in base. We'll have to see if Opti decides to go for more greedy build, perhaps staying on Portuguese Consulates at the moment. Yeah, he's staying on this, so not gonna switch to Japan just yet. And Sam just herding, gathering a lot of wood actually. He's got place amount. He's just chopping a tons of wood. I'm not sure why. He doesn't have a forward bill. And yeah, so shipment sends. We'll see both players for shipments. 3 settler wagon for Samwise probably, and Optimus is going for a lot of shrines. He's shrine his base too, shrine the big wonder. Gonna add perhaps additional shrines over here. So let's have a look. I can't really see as an observer. I don't think you see on the UI the shipment sent, but 3 settler wagon for Samwise, and I expect 600 wood for Optimus. So what is Sam doing? Going for a second TP. Keep chopping wood at the moment. I'm gonna probably try to hunt this hero with these Yulons. Optimus sitting on 100 and almost 120 shrine population, which is quite good for Japan, but not the greatest eco just yet. Oh, and Samwise made 5 pikes. Okay. Does Optimus have a rising beast? He's just built one yet right now. So Samwise is gonna get himself 150 food, and Optimus is gonna poof back home. But this hero is quite low HP, so might worth sending the 2 Yulons in base and try to snipe him actually. But it's just gonna content into sieging shrines with a few pikes. And regarding Samwise's macro at the moment, doesn't seems to be aging just yet. So Optimus wants 600 with 4 Vios, quite a standard build for Japan, having himself a stable right now. So probably gonna go a Hashinagi composition. Okay, Samwise is gonna kill the monk. Not the greatest micro from Optimus. Could have melee used Hashi and just killed 3 Yulons like that. Sam is gonna scout on the right side. Might find this Japanese monk, but maybe not actually. 700 coin coming in on the floor. We've got a lot of bikes for Samwise actually. He's gonna lose a few in the retreat. He's gonna use at least 2, maybe 3. So what is Samwise doing at the moment? Yeah, you could just fight that. I mean, that's 5 Ashes and you've got 6 Yulons and pikes, so you can just fight that. But more Ashes will join the battle, and this is gonna be different fights. I mean, oh, that's already 2 Yulons dead, probably 3, yeah, 3. And yeah, the last one is snared at the moment, so yeah, gonna lose 4 Yulons, so quite a nice trade for Japan. He didn't lose many shrines just yet, and Germany is aging at the moment. That was that's a decent semi effect, but I think he should have made a batch of bows instead of more pikes. Although it will be happy to see that Japan just shrine his side of the map and not a German side of the map just yet. Oh, these pikes are gonna connect with the hashes maybe? No, Samwise reacting on time and Optimus isn't. He's gonna lose a settler wagon here. Yeah, nice pick up from Optimus. Or maybe gonna lose another VL over here. Yeah, definitely gonna lose a VL. Optimus is not reacting just yet. Yeah, gonna target the settler wagon and not kill any. And so what is Samwise gonna do in this situation? Probably gonna go for war wagons. He's gonna keep sieging with the pikes meanwhile, and I really like this decision. Snaring with the hero. Just gathering coin with settler wagons. He doesn't have a stable on the field, which is quite tricky. Gonna now try to add one, but can this Nagi go through? Yeah, they can. So this stable is gonna get denied. To Yulon coming to defend. Yulon being very good versus Naginatas, although there are hashes following, and Minutemen coming in. I expect to see achievements following, maybe 8 skirms or 3 war wagons. 3 war wagons for Germany, although they popped straight in the middle of the settler wagons, and now they're getting quite stuck. And yeah, Optimus Prime is just gonna melee a few Ashi and snipe the war wagons, and that's quite a good trade for Japan. Few Minutemen still alive, so killing additional units. Gonna try to kite with 1 war wagon and 1 skirms. Only 1 skirm batch, and oh wow, losing another settler wagon, and yeah, this is starting to get really painful for Germany. One skirm, but it's probably gonna go down. This table is not going up. And a few, alright, 4 more skirms popping for Germany, so he's gonna snipe these clubs. Although there might be more Nagis on the way, so he has to be really careful with his unit control right now. He's only got 1 war wagon remaining and 3 Yolanda Sentai caps, so he has to be really careful here. These skirms are probably gonna die. Needs to ring his army and perhaps TC fire slash using all his units and maybe Vils to kill these Naginatas. Oh, this war wagon is gonna go down, and yeah, there are still a few clubs to kill these Yunans. More hashes joining the battle. Samwise is gonna get really close to 1k coin, and he's got a shipment ready, so we might see mercenaries on the way. Perhaps Black Riders in this position, or maybe Jaggers if he feels confident. Optimus Prime doesn't seem to be aging just yet. He's gonna bring just enough cav and cav to finish these skirmishers. Yeah, 1k coin, and mercenaries are on the way for Germany. Can lose all these skirms. Oh, this settler wagon, that's unfortunate. Really, really unfortunate pathing between the units. And now he lost like 3 settler wagon or something. Yeah, 3 settler wagon, that's like 6 Vils, which is huge. Handling his spikes, he's been doing a good job at sieging shrines, actually, not getting denied by Optimus. And now, I mean, Japan is really close to being popped. 5 Ashes and Daimyo being shipped for Optimus, so going really all in right now. Could maybe perhaps send 600 with again, or 600 coin try to age. This Nagi is gonna spot this villain, unfortunately for Samwise, and now he's got no food, which is a huge problem. But he's got mercenaries on the way. He's got also 800 wood banked. Please be careful with these settler wagons. Yes, there we go. So what is going to pop from this TC? Jaggers or Black Riders? I'd say Black Riders would be quite better in this situation. Yeah, Black Riders popping. He's gonna get a really nice surround on these Nagis. Getting snared, but he's gonna kill all these Nagis before the hashes can even connect. Gotta be really careful with these settler wagons, not lose any additional ones. And Black Riders will be able to clean his army totally. Although Optimus Prime is banking a lot of resources right now, and he might just decide to hate behind that. So, getting back to work finally. The problem is that Samwise has been idle so long, and he lost like he lost 3 settler wagon, which is insane. And yeah, Japan just has way more eco at the moment, and he's gonna follow up now, which is probably the correct decision at this point. So Samwise got a window. He's got still all Black Riders alive, so he could make a lot of damage with them. I mean, trying to idle. But Optimus is forced to send the archers, and at quite a bad timing, I'd say, because he's gonna age without the shipment. So really has to get a really nice defense here to be able to deny German pressure. So what is Samwise doing? Not going in with his Black Riders, perhaps being afraid of TC fire, but gonna snipe a few wheels on the Wonder. Nice pickup from him for him. Trying to hide all the Japanese eco as much as possible, because Japan doesn't have any. I mean, have a few units on the field, but it's like a daimyo, maybe 2 Nagis somewhere, and yeah, 2 Nagis going for a raid, but not much. Although Samwise was able to scout this, that Japan was aging. He's got another shipment on the way, so we'll see what it is. I'm curious to see why Samwise is going on the side. He could just go on the front and try to herd a bit. This hero is going to kill 1 Yumi, which is nice pickup, but not the biggest deal. Stagecoach coming in for Samwise actually. That's perhaps what he needs to come back eco-wise in this game. 2 Nagis going for a raid, although Black Riders might be able to snipe. Yeah, they're gonna spot these Yumis, gonna perhaps try to kill them and then go for the Nagis. Nope, gonna go for the Nagis straight. Gonna lose another settler wagon. It's starting to be really a lot. They still got Pikes alive, and Optimus Prime got 0 shrine on the map actually. So one good thing going for Samwise at the moment is this, this population. I mean, Optimus is got like 30 wheels on wood, trying to gather for houses basically. He's gonna send back his hero on this side and try to reshrine. Going for Jaegers now. And now he's got Black Riders and Jaegers on the field, and this army is gonna be really scary for Japan. I mean, he will be able to also pick up 2 free Nagis, so 3 free Nagis actually. So that's really nice pick for Samwise. He's got War Wagons, Black Riders, and Jaegers, and this is good time. Although Optimus got the correct composition, he's got a lot of Nagis and going for intervention as anti-cav. But Germany power spike is now, so it really has to make something happen. On score, Optimus Prime is slightly ahead, although Germany army is 90% mercenary, so he should be himself quite ahead in score. Where are German Pikes? Okay, they're over here because Opti was able to get this TC back for himself. Gonna snipe a few clubs being trained from the Consulate, which is nice. But German really has to make something happen quite soon, because Jap is getting vet Yumis at the moment. He's staying on 1 Rex, which means probably Yumis and Nagis on the way, which is a nice composition versus that. Bringing the Pikes, so we'll be able to siege a lot of shrines again. And yeah, Opti is gonna get popped once again. Going for 1 Nagi raid, and if he pays attention, he's gonna find these villagers. One thing I've noticed about Samwise being a bit sloppy on his villagers, not getting village HP every time. And we see vet Yumis, but Jaegers are gonna be really nice versus them as long as they don't have way of the bow, because skirms have more range. And Jaegers are great at tanking anyway. So Optimus is popped again. He's got a way better eco, but not being able to use it just yet. Constantly gathering wood to make house, floating 1k food as the result of that. Samwise is going to send the Pikes again on the bottom. He's got the stagecoach working for him, trying to deny Jap TP. Curious to see if he goes for the shrine or the TP first. Seems like he's going for the TP. That's a lot of anti-cav. I don't think he needs that many anti-cav at the moment. Probably need more skirms and more Yulons. He's gonna send 2 Black Riders back because this Nagi has been killing a few Veers now, and yeah, I'm not sure in which situation I would like to be at the moment. I'd say Japan is probably ahead, but Germany really has a shout on winning the game anytime soon, but he needs to go really soon. Losing a few Pikes over here. A nice fleet from Optimus, although a few Pikes will get away and might go back sieging later. 9 Yulan joining the battle, and where it's, that's a lot of anti-cav actually, but I mean, this German mass, with decent micro, you should be able to win this fight. Let's see if Samwise decides to go in right now. He's got 9 Yulan joining the battle, so he's constantly shipping units, but not really going in. because yeah, there are quite a few Nagis, disciplined Nagis at the moment. No way off the boat just yet. Went for intervention a few minutes ago, so he's gonna get a shipment anytime soon. 5 more Ulans for Germany and 5 more skirms, which is probably what he needs right now. Has to be careful because yeah, Ulans are paper, so they die really fast to Yumi kiting, so has to be really careful here. He's gonna go in now. Probably got his timing. Maybe he's got a shipment also on the way. I'm not sure about that. Getting a yeah, getting a wagon down. A few clubs, so has to be really careful with his Ulans. Ulans not being quite good at cav swinging around in and out. Nice scum splitting fire, but 5 Nagis joining the battle and 5 Nagis from the back, and I think this is just gonna be a cleanup for Japan. And yeah, no more anti-cav and no more cav for Germany. Seems to happen every time on this matchup, to be perfectly fair. And yeah, I mean, this is just GG. He's gonna lose his entire Jaeger mass. Gonna go back, he's got 5 more Ulans, but yeah, I mean, just gonna lose a lot of units before losing Jaegers. Hate Ulans. He doesn't have much in Taika. Actually, Japan doesn't have much in Taika, but he's got Yumis, and it's pretty much the same. 8 more Ulans. Let's see if he can get a swing. He's still got a few skirms to snipe the anti-cav, but yeah, more Naginadas coming in for Japan, and yeah, that's just over. Germany's gonna go in again, but I mean, these Yumis just kill Cav so easily now. Going for 5 Nagis again. Where did they pop? In the TC this time. The Dano just died, I guess. More Cav, but yeah, I mean, just Ulans being Ulans. It's like you can't go in if you don't have 30 Ulans. And yeah, GG. And so the score is 3-1 for Optimus. So we see Japan winning pretty much every time this matchup on these tournaments. Just showing that Germany is not that much of a monster save anyway. But yeah, let's have a quick look on the graph. Ger Eco being just quite poor at this point, because Samwise just lost too many Settler Wagon 4 in H2 in transition, trying to defend. Not getting Village P, which is a huge mistake in my opinion. Yeah, having really the edge early H3, but just not doing much with his advantage, and yeah, just giving time for Japan to get a lot of Yumis, which is obviously always hard to deal with, and yeah, having a big fight, but German Cav being quite poor in his fights. So yeah, let's move into game number 5. Optimus Prime leading 3-1, so this is gonna be a win anyway for the Nila Ninjas. Alright, let's move on to the next game. So the last map is gonna be Bengal. And it's up to you to pick first. So yeah, I wanted to say this is going to be the last game of this series, no matter what. And then just after that, we've got let me double check. We've got Knutcher Bar playing for the Nila Ninjas, playing versus Kaiser Klein. So don't forget to stay tuned. I'll just bring back the overlay, but I'm gonna stay around and cast the other series as soon as players are ready. Optimus is gonna lock India. So we quite see same matchups and same Sieves pick after the reset, which is interesting. Maybe both players going with their most confident Sieve at the moment. And someone's just gonna counterpick with Russia. Okay. So it's quite a controversial matchup. Honestly, I still think this is India favored, just having better units for H2. But in tournament, we see Russia getting a decent win rates versus India. So we'll see how that goes. Optimus taking his time. And we're going into game number 5, yes, 5 of this series between Optimus Prime for the Ninja Ninjas and Samwise12 for CMC. I was about to say SKG because it was clan, but for CMC indeed. So no matter what, the Ninja Ninjas are going to win this series, but we'll have to see if they win 4-1 or 3-2, which will make a huge difference, obviously. Ninja Ninjas being ahead in the standings right now. Sorry, struggling a bit. So winning this series 4-1 will almost, I'm very sure, will make them able to reach the playoffs. But I need to double check that. But obviously giving them a comfortable seat leading the standings. On the other hand, 3-2 would give CMC a higher chance to stay in the competition, being currently second, but having to wait for SKG to have their results. So yeah, this is some kind of decisive game, I'd say, and yeah, let's see what's going to happen. So let's double check the map first. So I was good. Elephants, a second hunt, and third over here. Fourth, and India got elephants, second one, third, and probably fourth. Although I'd say that Optimus Prime is maybe missing hunts. Let me double check again. 2. So that's 3 each with the starting hunt included. We've got 4, 4th, 5th, 5th. No, that should be fine actually. Both players have the same amount of gold mine. Yes, it's just location being slightly different. That's first and second, third, third. Yeah, should be good to go. So both players going for yaks. Do we see any treasures? Only small treasures, not really the relevance just yet. Do we have a 90 wood on this spawn? Doesn't seem like we do. We've got 100 food over here and 50 wood over here. Another 50 or 40 coin maybe. But yeah, the best treasures seems to be located on top of the map. So neither of these players scouted them just yet. Someone is probably gonna find this good treasure if he keeps on going with this yak, which is obviously always nice to just scout with a yak on the top. Optimus Prime is gonna go for this treasure, but yeah, someone went for the steal, but it was a bit too far, and Elephant just DPS those macaque really fast. Opti is gonna try to portrait his elephant away. Not successfully just yet. Maybe gonna try to stomp him. Yep, going for the stomp but not getting away. So he's probably gonna lose his elephant and agree with that, but you should be able to get away with a portrait. Oh, he's managing to get away, but yeah, he's just gonna die to Explorer Fire maybe. And he's gonna lose also the yak. So 3 yak for Samwise and 4 for Optimus. Pretty good job by Russia then, because you only have 1 scout. So. Russia aging, India aging, defensive aggro in base. Just on the edge of these berries, which is quite nice, so you can pop views in and out from the Agar and the TC. He's gonna work on this coin treasure, a bit risky, it's alone and a bit low HP, but he's gonna manage to make it. And yeah, going for 2 forward views. Optimus already got his herding on point. Perhaps should work on this one, but not gonna go for it just yet. I'm curious to see if you could drop a blockhouse with your vehicles over here, but going for a blockhouse over here, okay. Punching the elephant too. Meanwhile, Samwise is gonna work on his 100 free treasure, which is quite nice. So Optimus is going for wall. Fortunately, he didn't hurt this one, so it shouldn't matter much just yet, but you will definitely need it at some point. It's really nice to have your second gold mine over here and not over here as India, because at some point you're gonna need that for sure. I had this issue in my series versus for Justice where I had my second gold mine over here, which was quite tricky when I was aging, but it's not the story. So Optimus was able to save his monks and gonna go back to his base, I guess, but gonna take some blockhouse fire, and they do a lot of damage versus monks. Samwise is gonna snare them again, and if 5 Cossack is on the way, then it's gonna be a hard time for India to get away, although he's maybe pull tricking, or yeah, he's going for the pull trick, so he's gonna get away. He's got 2 sepoys too to defend. 5 musketeers first, okay, and probably 5 Cossack following that. Markets going up too. So Optimus is going greedy with wood trick up first, and we see 5 Cossack and 5 musketeers going it for Samwise. I would have loved to see Stridettes over here, because now he's got 3 Gurkhas and they will just be able to kite these Musketeers forever. Gonna go in with the Cav, but does Optimus have the resources for Minutemen? I believe so. So he's gonna go in, try to get as many damage as possible, killing the sepoys first and killing the monks. One of the Cossack getting stomped, so he's gonna lose them to the fire. 10 Stridettes joining the battle to follow. And still 2 Cossack remaining. He really needs to target this Gurkha, because they're doing a lot of damage and killing all these Musketeers. More Gurkha during the battle, but still a few Cossack remaining and Stridettes firing behind. We'll see what is the Samwise follow-up, if he's gonna go for Cossack or going for maybe a greedier build with 700 wood or Spice Trade, as we could see sometime. So trading Stridettes for Gurkhas, although TC Fire and Agra is doing a lot of damage. Yeah, no reinforcements for Samwise just yet. Going for 13 Stridettes. It seems to be a bit late. Not entirely sure about that. And Forso was, I hope Samwise was able to identify them, because otherwise he might be in trouble. Okay, he's got 5 more Musketeers joining the battle, so should be fine for the time being. The Sovos is gonna walk straight into the Stridettes. And yeah, he's gonna go back. Yeah, he's taking a bit, getting an extra volley, but not the biggest deal. So India being quite ahead right now, was able to get away with shipping the Trickle and trading elephants, 2 sepoys and a few Gurkhas to 10 Stridettes, 5 Cossacks and 5 Musketeers. Consulate is coming up now, so I'm probably expecting Optimus shipment to be 300 exports. Second blockhouse going up for Samwise, shipping 700 wood to follow. Making more musketeers, and still having these Stridettes. It's gonna go on this side of the map this time. Optimus didn't use his elephants just yet, which is quite good. Obviously, that's 2k food that he can gather later on, probably. So Samwise is gonna go on the side, gonna take a few shots from those Gurkhas. being protected by the market and a nice wall segment. Making a lot of musketeers, and probably need some Cossacks and more shreddeds now. Eco still being quite close, but let's see. In Optimus position, you would probably like to go for villagers here. You still have resources in base, although he's gathering berries while you have hunts behind. I'm not entirely sure about that. It's with the fog of war to see. India line of sight is ridiculous. You can barely, you can probably see these rusket now. I'm entirely sure you can see the circle around here. Yep, finally identifying the elephants, so he's gonna be able to gather from them. Samwise is going to go for a raid, shipping 700 coin at home, so probably gonna mass more units and Cossacks with that. Or might decide to go for an A job actually, I'm not entirely sure about that. Optimus is definitely going for an A job, he's probably got 600 coin on the way. And or it's really missed macro, but I doubt it. So yeah, we'll see. Samwise is going for a raid, but this could be a bit scary for Optimus, although he's on Ottoman Consulate, he has access to Minutemen. He can also wait a few seconds for the Ottoman horse, which are quite good. Samwise is going to go for a raid with Strelets and probably gonna kill a few Veers over here. Nice pickup from him. Yep, 2 Veers, still better than nothing. More Musketeers and more Cossack are going to join the battle, and if Opti is gonna Hage anytime soon now, it just helps to drop his Wonder, but he's quite busy microing his units. He's going for the Charminor Gate again, I think. Let's check, take speed research. Yeah, Charminor Gate again. So gonna Hage with a Mahout, which is very good versus Russia, especially in H2. Because Musketeers, their Musketeers are not the greatest anti-cav. Sam is gonna go for a raid again, and if he can spot this Wonder, then he might decide to go more aggressive under India base. Gonna try to siege the Agra forts, and he's gonna go back, but I mean he didn't see many units, and India's mass is quite low, so it really looks like an A job. But decides to go back over here. Score being quite even at the moment, eco quite close. Yeah, Optimus did get his villagers. He's got all tier 1 market upgrades and the tier 2 food, but no imperial bureaucracy, neither the second coin upgrade just yet. And this is a scary mass for Russia, and yeah, we'll see how Optimus will be able to deal with that. Because that's at least 15 Cossack, and he doesn't have a single anti-cav unit, so we'll see how that goes. The pathing might be an issue for Samwise. He's gonna snipe one sour quite easily. He's got, yeah, 35 Musketeers, that's just a lot, and gonna go in with the Cossack. Optimus is gonna use a few VS to tank, getting a nice stomp on this cav. The Musketeers are not really firing on the on this cav, and yeah, in the result of that, the Cossacks are just melting here, and looks very good for India now. I mean, these monks are tanking so much too. And if we see Yurumis or even 3 Mahouts popping, or 2 Mahouts, this could be very nice for Optimus. Although Optimus did lose a lot of Veers in the process, so the eco is the same now, but he's got to take advantage, and 2 Mahouts joining. Imagine if he could pop them from the Agra fault for here. It would have been nice. If Samwise pays attention, he could kill these villagers. Yeah, gonna go forward and snipe them, which is a nice pick. So what is Samwise doing? Spending resources, shipping boyars now, but just after the battle, and he's gonna make more Cossacks and Strelets, I guess, but looking very nice for Optimus after this battle. I mean, managed to clean up. He traded his swords and his gardeners for a lot of Cossacks actually, and he still got his Gurkha mass untouched. But we'll see. Sometimes, you know, comebacks happen, especially with Russia, if you can buy enough time. So yeah, we'll see. Optimus is soon gonna have to move on the map for hunts, and that's what Samwise is looking for, getting his Cossacks in position, trying to find as many vehicles as possible. Not gonna get a lot, but this gun mine is running out, and Cossack entering under the TC and decides just to go back. Doesn't really know exactly what's going on. 2 Howdahs, okay, interesting choice. 2 Howdahs definitely one shot a Cossack. It's at least this, but in theory, if you could go for a mass of Howdahs, then that would be unkillable for Russia, but Strad's being really efficient. I don't know, interesting achievement. Optimus is gonna decide to push with that, by the looks of it. Maybe you're gonna scout with Mahouts first, not sure. He's on British Consulate now. So he's getting an HP buff on his units. Samwise is not aging. Obviously this trade went quite poorly for him. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But there's only 2 Howdahs as anti-cav, and that's a lot of carded Cossacks. So if these 2 armies connect, then I'd give a shout to Russia actually, if you can clean them out. So we'll see. India is really committing under blockhouse right now. He's gonna bring a few vehicles, but Samwise is just gonna go straight in with his Cossacks and just dead move everything. Although Cossacks focusing Mahouts right now, so the tanking potential for these Mahouts is gonna be very good. There's still quite a few Cossacks remaining, and now they're gonna join and connect on these Gurkhas. Although it doesn't seem to be just enough Cossack. But oh, a nice pop from the stable and another patch from another stable for Samwise, and this could be a complete cleanup. I mean, Optimus is not moving his units at all, and yeah, this Cossack should be able to just clean everything. Maybe perhaps to snipe this Mensid Bar if you can pay attention about that, but being quite busy microing just overall at the moment, so. Still a few Cossacks remaining. Maybe Optimus Prime would be just able to clear that. 9 Zambaraks joining in battle should be just enough to save his mess. But that's a lot of infantry for Russia, and yeah, I mean, it's just gonna Z with that. Going on top of the Gurkhas and just fighting, and I mean, Optimus is just standing here and not really trying to kite or just use his range advantage, and this is just actually a very good trade for Russia. Team Cavalry Scout coming in when it doesn't have a single Cossack remaining besides these reinforcements, but yeah, this could have been a decent trade for India, but Optimus just suicided his entire Gurkha mass, and now quite good for Samwise. Sam might even notice, yeah, he's noticing the views and just gonna deny this hunt, and I mean, India is completely out of hunts at the moment. He's gathering berries, but that's his last berries, and they won't stand for long. Optimus is retreating these vehicles, but he's gonna waste even more over here, and to be honest, this looks very good for Russia. I mean, obviously India still has a shout. Maybe he's gonna pop Pyramis or something from this high ground, so Russia has to be really careful here. 3 Mahouts, that could be a swing for India, but we'll see. Russia deciding to push the Agra. I'm not entirely sure about this decision, to be honest. The content is very good at the moment. He knows that India is completely out of hunts, and 10 more Cossack joining the battle. Double carded Cossack are going to do very well versus this composition. Optimus is gonna try to set up a TC over here, but oh, that's really close. Maybe this Cossack can spot his entire mass of vehicles. He's recognizing dead animals, but cannot spot any vehicles just yet. So gonna decide to drop a blockhouse over here, and that's quite a smart play. Gonna go straight for the vehicles, although this house might connect with the threat mass, so he has to be really careful here. Yeah, bringing back his Cossack. Wise decision over here. Bringing a few vehicles too to drop the blockhouse. We'll see how that goes. This could go very well for Russia. Our mouths are not very good at killing cav. Another reinforcing batch of 9 Cossack coming in from the back, and yeah, this looks very good for Russia after all. This TC won't go up. And yeah, there's the GG. I mean, those wheels are probably dead at some point. So Samwise is winning this last game and bringing up the score for 3-2 for Optimus Prime. Interesting last game. I thought it was looking very good for India after this cleanup under STC, but Russia was just being able to remass and get a good trade around the blockhouse. And this actually looks like my game versus For Justice, where I tried to H2, but he H himself, which is slightly different, but I get a good trade around Matisse, and then just Russia being able to still contain. And yeah, quite a similar game, I'd say. Let's have a quick look on the graph. Russia outgathering India, but that's also because India was a bit idle at the beginning, idle during the fights, etc, etc, and Russia being quite good at outscaling overall. But yeah, a solid trade for India over here, but and then same military pop, but just going really well for Russia, and then Russia just playing on that. So this is it for this series actually.